is our first contenders, Nikki.
First up, please make welcome Frank the Tank Nadje.
And he's versing the supreme fighting machine, the pride of Turkey, Gurkan Ozkan.
It is the A1 World Combat Cup from the Vodafone Arena, folks. The lights fade, the fire turned up. The voice Michael Chavello ringside with the hammer Mark Castanini. Tarek Solak super promotion and making his way to centre ring. From the Ivory Coast in Africa, the tank Frank Nadje. Nadje has the unenviable task of taking on the supreme fighting machine, Gurkan Ozkan, in the A1's first ever fight and quarterfinal number one. Good evening, Hammer.
Good evening, Michael, and what a big task Frank Nadje has ahead of him as he steps up against one of the favourites here tonight, Gurkan Ozkan, and it's all about to get underway, Michael.
The tank Frank Nadje from the Ivory Coast, a European Muay Thai champion. He's fought throughout Europe and Thailand and comes here with big raps, and not only those raps on his hands. Oh, that music can only mean one thing. Making his way out to centering. He's back at the Vodafone Arena. The five-time super middleweight champion of the world, the supreme fighting machine, Gurkan Ozkan. Hammer Gurkan Ozkan, he looks ripped, he looks stripped, and he looks ready for action here tonight. Have a look at the face of Gurkan Ozkan. This guy could make coffee nervous. Ozkan steps through the ropes, the very same ring where he knocked out the great Stan the Man Longanides. Kadir Maroof in his corner, and let's go to Paulie and Nicky Whelan.
In the blue corner, he comes from the Ivory Coast in Africa. He's a two-time European champion with a record of 51 fights with 47 wins, 4 losses and 31 knockouts. He is Frank the Tank Nadje.
And in the red corner, trained by Kader Maroof, two-time world champion. His record is 61 fights with 53 wins, 42 by knockout, with 32 knockouts in the first round. Originally from Turkey, he's now based in Knox, Melbourne. He's the 5-time world super middleweight kickboxing champ. Put your hands together for Gurkan, the supreme fighting machine, Ozkan!
Well, what an ovation as always. Melbourne's favourite, the supreme fighting machine, Gurkan Ozkan, to take on this man, the tank, Frank Nadje, from the Ivory Coast in Africa. A1 rules, folks, to apply. 3 by 3-minute rounds. No fighter can be saved by the bell in any round. There is a 3 knockdown rule in any one round throughout the entire night. We will go extension rounds in the case of a draw. No knees, no grappling, kicks to the body and head and legs, punches to the head and body, spinning back fists are allowed. If there is a controversy throughout the night, we will go for the first time in history to a video review by our board and our referee. Third man in centre ring for this one, Malcolm the Raging Bull. Now let's listen in.
Okay, welcome to centre ring, gentlemen. Good clean fight. Remember, no grappling, 2 seconds is the maximum I'll allow you. If either of you is down from the punch, the man on his 2 feet, be careful. No punches when your opponent is down, because you can get disqualified. Do you understand that? Okay, good luck to both you fighters. Shake hands now, come on, fight.
Okay, final instructions there from Malcolm Bullner, the voice Michael Chavello, the hammer Mark Castanini, ringside at the Vodafone Arena, and the tank Frank Nadje to take on Gurkan Ozkan. A little bit of history here. Gurkan Ozkan's actually wearing the same trunks he wore when he defeated Mark May back in 1996.
Okay.
He's chosen to start with those trunks here tonight, Hammer.
He's got the lucky trunks on, Gurkan
He has
Ozkan.
indeed. What a war that was against Mark May, and he's got the same trunks on here tonight. Of course, with the Kadir Maroof in his corner, all the way from Lyon, France. And he's been training Gurkan for the past year, since Gurkan's lost to Mike Zambides right here at the Vodafone Arena. How will Ozkan come into the ring here tonight? Will the ticking time bomb explode, or will we see a more cerebral Ozkan?
Have a look at the lead leg of Frank Nadje, the African. He gets it up nicely.
Well, Nadje, we've been told, a very prominent rib kicker. He may try and expose that injury that Gurkan incurred earlier on this year over in Italy when he did break his rib cage.
Oh.
Just ducks under the round kick. Nadje getting caught in the ropes, blue corner, and the Raging Bullness separates them, Hammer.
Nadje is moving very nicely. His kicking style is very fluent and very powerful, and this could be a danger for Gurkan Ozkan early.
Well, two orthodox fighters, left foot forward, and Nadje, a real power packer, off that lead leg. Jab there from Ozkan. Nadje wanted to throw the knee, but no knees allowed.
He chambered a beautiful knee strike there, Nadje. Had it ready to roll.
Checks the low kick, does Nadje. He's controlling centering. Ozkan floating on the perimeters. Big leg kick to the outside rear thigh there from Nadje. And Ozkan just upended. He actually took it in the groin.
Watch it, kick.
South of the border on Ozkan.
Stay. Neutral corner.
And the Supreme Fighting Machine won't be feeling so supreme after that, Hammer.
He's taken it a little bit low.
I'd say it was.
But Michael, just as we've opened up, this has opened up very interestingly indeed.
Wow.
Frank Nadje has got a very good hard kicking style, and that is really not in the favour of Gurkan Ozkan.
You okay? You want a doctor? You want a doctor to have a look at you? No, it's okay.
Final instructions there with Ozkan.
Yeah, right.
And Ozkan asking the referee, let him know to keep the kicks up. And this great crowd continues to come here at the Vodafone Arena. Tarek Solak has done it once again, folks. The A1 World Combat Cup. We continue here in the first round, set for 3x3. Big leg kick from Ozkan at the left hook. The ticking time bomb has exploded. Nadje none too happy about the count, but Malcolm Bull was applying it.
I wouldn't. He's given him a knockdown for that, which I don't agree with.
Well, Ozkan pouncing on him. Has the ticking time bomb exploded? The straight right hand. Will he go for the good night Irene here in the first round?
Okay. Keep going.
Ozkan, sportsmanlike, touches the gloves. Rib kick there from Nadje. Ozkan's got to keep his head up. There are no knees, but he might cape an uppercut.
Well, Nadje certainly has the goods when it comes to kicking, but he looks very uncomfortable in the punching department, Michael. I don't think he's going to be able to wear the punching that Ozkan may dish out to him.
High kicks here from Nadje. Overhand right from Ozkan. The big kibosh. Ozkan again. And he's got the punching power, that's for sure, over the Ivory Coast Frank the Tank.
Well, Ozkan now waiting for Nadje to kick and then working his punches off the kicking strikes. So that's clever tactics there from Ozkan. Although it is going to wear him down a bit if he keeps wearing those kicks that Nadje's dishing out.
Ozkan playing a counter-fighting game. Outside thigh kick to the lead leg. Goes to the boiler room and upstairs into the first round of action. Now, if the judges do score the knockdown, a controversial one at that, it's going to be a 10-8 round for Ozkan.
Let's just have a look at what went down. Ozkan taking the supporting leg of Nadje. The punch didn't land at all. And it was basically a sweep. As a professional referee, Malcolm Boulnay should have known that was a basic sweep takedown.
Okay, here we go, folks. Second round of 3. Quarterfinal number 1. The winner to face either the Crussian Russian, Sergei Ershov, or Papua New Guinea's headhunter. Jab there from Ozkan. Outside thigh kicks. Outside thigh kick from the Tank. He's had more kick than a can-can dancer. Well, straight right hand from Ozkan.
Nadje's hands very wide, very low, Michael. Very dangerous against a big bomber like Ozkan.
You feel that all Ozkan has to do is come straight up the centre corridor, land Big Bertha, and it'll be lights out for Nadje.
He really doesn't come up the centre corridor that much, Ozkan. He's usually bolo punching, and the big overhand right being his favourite technique. See, that's exactly what happened in the first, where Nadje got a count. He didn't count him this time. That's inconsistency.
I think it was the hand in the first round that fooled Malcolm Bullner, and there was no follow-up hand after this technique.
True that.
Oh, nice popping right hand there from Ozkan. Outside thigh kick from Nadje. And really, these kicks are going to take their effect on Ozkan if he does proceed in this tournament.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, boys. I was thinking if Ozkan keeps wearing these kicks, he's going to be a sore fella when he progresses through to the next round.
Hammer, we've only just started the night already. We're thinking alike. It's not a good sign. Slip in the corner there for Ozkan on that Triple M logo. Both men now in centering. Will Nadje try and force Ozkan back towards the perimeters? Slapping round kick. Caught on the forearms did Ozkan. Goes to the outside lead thigh. Checks the low kick. Pops out the jab. This is better stuff here from Ozkan. Should have followed up there.
Well, certainly he can't turn his back, Nadje.
Big body shot from Ozkan. Spare ribs, anyone? I think Nadje may have a couple. Ooh, he caught him below the shin. The left hand tagged him.
Well, Nadje's slowing up now, Michael. He's slowed up considerably.
Well, Frank the Tank Nadje has slowed down, and Ozkan owning him in this round. Checks the low kick to Ozkan.
Ozkan's legs already looking a little on the sore side.
A left hook there from Ozkan, just clipping the Tank on the jaw. He'll be doing a quick count of his teeth after that one. Good high check there from Ozkan. Fires off the right hand.
Ozkan needs to be throwing the punches in bunches. He's only throwing one shots. 3s and 4s are going to be the go. I think he'll nail Nadje nicely if he throws a barrage.
Jeez, Nadje went for the kick. He dangerously dropped his right hand, and Ozkan almost came through with a big Bertha. There it is again. That bone-crunching right hand of his. Outside thigh kick, left hook from Ozkan. Here he comes. No.
He could have had Nadje in a bit of trouble there, and he stopped.
Well, Ozkan, Kadir Maroof, you can see in the corner between rounds saying, go for the kill, son. But Ozkan just content to play the point game or wait for the opening if he can find it with his right hand. Leads out with a left hook straight right. Backs him into the blue corner now. Body and head there from Ozkan, and again, lets Nadje out of jail.
That's exactly what Ozkan needs to do. He needs to put Nadje on the ropes, close the range down, and go to work with the hands, just like that.
End of the second round of action, all one-way traffic. A little bit of crippling clan hammer, and that's a 10-9er for Ozkan.
Give it to Ozkan that round, certainly. Ozkan starting to take the advantage now. Having a look at how it went down in the second. Ozkan getting Nadje in a bit of bother, but letting him off the hook a number of times. He needs to get Nadje up against the ropes in a corner and really go to work with the big bombing hands that he is renowned for, Gurkan Ozkan.
Unofficially, we've got Ozkan ahead, but still Nadje proving a very prominent kicker, and he could do some damage to that right rib cage of Ozkan if he gets in there. Ozkan has to fight a smart final round. Here we go. Malcolm Bullner gets us underway.
Well, Michael, interesting to see if Ozkan does take this one out and progresses to the next round. He's up against big kickers again in the way of either Sergey or the Headhunter, and they're all renowned for the big kicking.
Straight right hand there from Ozkan, opening up with the heavy artillery here in the third. Outside thigh kick from Ozkan. Big inside thigh kick, overhand right. That's better combination work there from the Supreme Fighting Machine. Nadje thought about the lead leg round kick, walks into the right hand. Tried to get the leg up again, did Nadje. Straight right hand there from Ozkan. A lot of power behind that shot. Ozkan wants to push him back against the ropes and rip to the body and head with the hands. That's where he's most comfortable. Nadje, if he's going to bring this one home, really has to step it up. He's waiting to launch that left leg to the right side of the head of Ozkan. Ozkan's got to keep his right hand up. He's got to glue it to his ear. Ozkan stalks forward, right in front of our commentary position now. Outside thigh kick, and Nadje a little bit fragile now in that lead leg. Ozkan's caught him a few times.
Fight.
A controlling round again here for Ozkan. Ducks under the round kick, short body shot, only a slip on that.
Here we go. Fight.
Logo. But Nadje not doing much here in the final round, Hannah.
No, Nadje's hoping for a kick finish to this, and it's not going to happen. What will happen, however, is that Gurkan Ozkan is going to wear a lot of damage on his body from the kicks.
More rash to the body there from Ozkan over in the neutral corner. Malcolm Bullner separates them into the final stages now of this fight. Frank the Tank Nadje has taken more hits than a pinata, and he really has to bring it home now. Left hook, straight right hand from Ozkan. He's got the right hand cocked and ready, the diesel piston.
And have a look at the back of Gurkan Ozkan on the right hand side, just under his lat.
Kaleidoscope of purple and red on his left hamstring.
His left body, the left hand side of his body, sorry.
Oh, spinning back fist, and another one from Ozkan, turning it on. Here comes the Supreme Fighting Machine. The crowd rallying behind Ozkan.
Nadje in a bit of bother now. This one, as it ticks down, is looking very favourable for Gurkan Ozkan now. He's playing a much smarter game now, Ozkan, trying to get Nadje up against the ropes, and he knows that's his strong point, working off the kick. Again, Ozkan, that's been the tail of the fight.
I tell you what, folks, Tarek Solak has kicked off the A1 World Combat Cup in style here at the Vodafone Arena, and Gurkan Ozkan on his way to the semi-finals and on his way to outpointing Frank the Tank Nadje. Nadje now forced to the perimeters of the ring. He is hurt. His ribs are sore. Ozkan deflects the round kick, goes upstairs, a clipping right hand.
The right hand, that big right hook caught Nadje's side of the head sweet.
Well, that'll make Frank Nadje wish he played lawn bowls instead. There we go, into the third and final round. Hammer, any way you look at it, Gurkan Ozkan is going through to semi-final number 1.
Well, formality time, and the formality will be Gurkan Ozkan having his hand raised, having a look again at the action from the last. And it was really one-way traffic for Gurkan. Getting Nadje up against the ropes and unloading on him.
Judge Lucy Tui scores the fight 29-28. Judge Kelly Seif scores the fight 30-27. Judge Mark Corrie scores the fight 30-27. It's a unanimous decision going to the red corner to Gurkan Ozkan.
He has done it. There was never any doubt about it, folks. He's on his way again. The supreme fighting machine Gurkan Ozkan is through to semi-final number 1 of the A1 World Combat Cup.